Hey guys, welcome back to RMA Garage, and in this video we are going to be talking battery tenders. Alright, so we use the Battery Tender Junior. This is an automatic charger. It's rated for 12 volts and it's at 750 milliamps, so it's made for the smaller batteries. So let me show you how we use these. So we have 3 dirt bikes, we have 3 battery tenders. I have used this 3-way for years. Really not a whole lot of power going through this. 750 milliamps is very small, and once they're charged it really goes to a float charge, so there really isn't much power going through this at all. And most of our batteries stay charged because I leave them plugged in. When you use a battery tender, there is a light that lights up right here, and when it lights up red, that means it's charging, and when it turns green solid, it means that the battery is charged, and it's basically on a float charge, which means that it just keeps the battery charged completely. So really it's just a monitoring, and when the battery drops down a little bit, it'll put a little bit of juice in the battery. But using these things ensures us that every time we ride that our batteries are charged. When we ride on the weekends, so at minimum they sit for a week, and sometimes they sit for 2 or 3 weeks in between rides. But more importantly, we store our motorcycles here in the garage, and in the wintertime we have to leave the batteries plugged in. We don't take them out, we don't do anything other than plug these into the battery tenders. And again, we've had our batteries now for quite a many years, and in fact I think all 3 bikes have the original batteries. The WR is a 2013, this bike here is a 2016, and this is a 2015. So this 2013 using a battery tender, I don't know if I'm on borrowed time. You guys tell me if I'm nuts or not, but we've never had any issues, and we still are using the same original battery. I don't know, borrowed time or not, you guys tell me. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll plug this in like so. Now, they are not plugged into the bikes yet, so you will see a flashing red light, which means no connection. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is take the seat off. Okay, we're going to expose the charging cable. And we're going to slip it just basically out the side like this. And then I will just leave the seat on it, just kind of loose, and probably just put the bolts back in just a little bit hand tight. And that's how we leave the seat, and we leave the pigtail hanging out right here. The one thing I like about these pigtails is they do have caps on them to keep the water out, because as you can see, this is a little dirty. The mud does splash up underneath these a little bit, so now this is all nice and clean. As you can see, there's a flashing red light, and that's going to be the one right there on the end. Okay, so now we got this plugged in. You can see that it went solid red, and now it's blinking green. Now that blinking green means that the battery is not 100% charged, and it is charging. Once it is charged, that'll go solid green, and then it'll keep the battery charged before our next ride. Now I will do all 3 of these bikes. I'll take the seats off, and I'll expose the pigtail, and then we'll plug them in, and basically leave them just like this, and the batteries will always stay 100% charged. Alright, so we have all 3 bikes plugged in, and this is kind of how we leave them. The seats are pretty much off, and I've got the screws just kind of screwed in here just so we don't lose them. But as you can see, everything is all plugged in, and all the batteries are now charging. And I'll go ahead and show you what the battery tenders look like. Alright, so all the battery tenders I think are now flashing green, which means that polarity is good and they are charging. Green means that the battery has over 80% charge, so it knows that it's getting close to the end of the charge, and once the battery reaches 100%, all 3 lights will go solid green, and that's the way it'll stay until we go riding the next time. Now, if any of those lights turn red, obviously the battery's bad or something happened. Or if it's flashing red, that means it somehow got disconnected. So this is how we keep our batteries, and this is how we keep our bikes in between rides. So we know that each battery is going to be properly charged and ready to go. I'm still interested though, if you guys have ever heard a battery lasting 7 years, 2013 to 2020. So I'm kind of interested. Should I be thinking about buying a battery, or should I keep rolling the dice? It does have a kickstart, but I really don't know if you can kickstart a WR250F if the battery's dead, if it'll still run. So, hey, if you guys know, leave a comment below. I was kind of interested. All right, guys, battery tender is in, and the bikes are charging, and we're ready for the next ride. It's going to be a little while. We're taking my son back to college next Saturday, so it's going to be at least 2 weeks because I work during the week, and we usually ride on the weekends. So, oh well, that's why we have what we have. We enjoy riding. We enjoy doing this as a hobby. It's not something that we do every weekend, but just kind of showing you guys that you don't have to be super hardcore into dirt bikes to enjoy them every once in a while. Leave some comments below and let me know what you think. If you want to see something different, you have any questions, I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. All right, that's it. Take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.